Hello everyone, Whitebox here with another game of Spirit Island. So now that I'm back to playing a true solo game, I've taken my place back in the bottom left corner here, so you should be able to see me alright. And I'm to my last game in this Volcano series. Potentially last game. I'm to my last adversary at least. And I'll probably make a separate video talking about my thoughts about Volcano and all the adversaries as I've gone through them. But as part of this last game, I'm going against the Habsburg Mining Expedition. I've got everything set up here for that. I'm starting in land C7, so you'll see my towering volcano start up there, and I think I'm ready to go. Hopefully I can remember the mining boom as we go through this game, but everything else is not too difficult to remember with this adversary. So, doing my standard opening, top and bottom. Got a 3-stack here in this land. Land C2 is already a mining land, so they're gonna, well, just remove that disease. Land C6 is not a mining land, so it's just gonna build normally. And I'll probably stick with my standard opening with Rain of Ash. I think it's just a very strong card to play on turn 1. Alright, I think, move this slightly so that I have room. Probably put all my cards over here. Okay, that's that. So now I go into the invader phase, flip an event, build in sands, so they'll just remove this. Build a town there. And because I'm playing against Habsburg 6, and there's only one blight on the board, they are going to explore with 2 explorers instead of just 1. So we got a big old stack here in C7. But that's okay, because that's my volcano. Okay, that's that. And then we come to the next turn, so our slow powers. So I've got Rain of Ash, and I'll probably... I could just stack into C7 and do a volcanic eruption in that same land and just wipe out a lot of that land. How much damage can I do there next turn? It'll be like 8, something like that. So I could combo that with a Pyroclastic Bombardment and wipe out that land completely. It's probably worth it. It's a lot of stuff there to clean up. So yeah, I'm gonna push an Explorer and a town into C7. I'll just keep stacking up. I'll leave one Dahan there for the counterattack, and I'll push the other one over to C1. Okay, that's that. I can discard cards, go back to growth. I'm going with growth 3, of course, so I get my 2 energy. I'm going to choose a miner. So I've got Call to Isolation, Reaching Grasp. Quicken the Earth Struggles is pretty nice on Volcano. And I think it's going to be good this game. The defend 10, but really the damage is potentially even better. So yeah, let's go with that. Because there are going to be some built-up lands. And that means I probably don't have to worry about taking this land out just yet. I can wait until next turn, unless I'm worried about stopping explorers, because I can just pocket, like, all of these inland lands, and that'll be pretty strong. I know Sands isn't going to come up again, so really the only land that I'd be pocketing is C8, but that's still good. Gets rid of 3 explorers, so we'll see. Going bottom for that extra earth. And can I wipe this land out? I can do 8 damage there. If I do Pyroclastic Bombardment, I can wipe that land out. I don't know if I need to yet. It's probably worth it, though. I don't really have anywhere else that I need to go. Actually, I can just do Quicken the Earth Struggles, I think, and then I should be able to wipe that land out. It's a lot cheaper, so let's do that. So that'll need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage, so perfect. Yep. So let's Quicken the Earth Struggles. And Lava Flows. I think that's good. Okay, going into fast powers, so I'm going to do Quicken the Earth Struggles here to do 1 damage to each town and city. Then I'm going to do an Explosive Eruption there right away. So my Collapse here, destroying 3 presents, it's going to do 4 damage, so that will kill these 4 explorers. And then the actual eruption damage itself will also do 4 damage to kill the rest of it, and that is 3 fear. Oh, and I forgot the 2 fear from Reign of Ash, so actually I have a fear card for this turn. So that's a pretty good start, I think. I always choose these boards randomly. So far it seems like every board has worked out for me with Volcano. Maybe there's been one that was a little tricky. But this one seems like a good start against Habsburg Mining Expedition. Alright, we go to an event. I'm in stage 1 still, so Strange Tales attract explorers. Now, 1 fear per spirit that has at least 1 sacred site. I do not. And then after advancing invader cards, add 1 explorer to each thing with a sacred site. Doesn't apply. Fortification after advancing invader cards. They don't do that. Each beast deals 2 damage. Cool. Coming of age on each board, add 1 Dahan to a mountain or sands with Dahan. Let's stack up in there. And hopefully I'll get a counterattack there when they ravage next turn. Okay. We get a fear card, terror level 1. Each player may gather 1 town into a coastal land. There are actually no towns, so that doesn't do anything. And then we go to the ravage, so they will successfully ravage in that sands. They'll ravage here, which is fine. Build in mountains. We'll build the town over here. Oh, and I forgot the mining boom. Even after I said it. So what is the mining boom again? Instead of mining boom 1, after the build step on each board, choose a land with explorers. Build there, then upgrade 1 explorer. So where would I have done that? I would have done that here because I was doing 1 damage to each town and city in anyway. So, but I would have built there, so it would have had a city. So I don't think I could destroy everything in that land. I would have had 1 explorer left over, I'm pretty sure. So if I go back to the previous turn, remembering the mining boom, there would have been, let's see, I think it would be 1 city, like 3 towns, or no, they would have just removed this. That's fine. So yeah, I still would have wiped it out. Thanks to Quicken the Earth Struggles. So yeah, I'm still kosher. I just lose the disease from that. But I'll remember it this time. So after the build step, on each board choose a land with explorers, build there, and then upgrade 1 explorer. I'll probably just do it in C2. Because eventually I'm just going to have to nuke that land anyway, so may as well. And then I didn't get the wetlands, I got jungles. Oh, there should be a blight here from setup. Okay, that's that. I think I'm good on everything now. So I'm going to use Powered by the Furnace of the Earth to add a destroyed presence back. Against Habsburg, I'm probably going to want some majors, so I may have to go and fish for cards and try for a more major powered strategy. So I think next turn I might start working my way top a little bit. So yeah, I'm gonna gain a power card. I don't have cheat cards left in hand except for Exaltation. So I might need another minor, and then maybe I'll gain a major with the growth 3 next turn. So yeah, let's take a minor first. Got Drought, which is okay. Light Calls to Like, Fire in the Sky, Pact of the Joint Hunt. I think I'm going Fire in the Sky, so I can use that next turn. And then I've got Lava Flows as well, so let's add a Badlands and a Disease somewhere. Only one range because I don't have a 3 stack there, so I'll go into C4. Just makes it a little less flexible. Alright, discard cards, go back to growth. Doing another growth 3. I got 2 energy. I'm going to take a major, just so I can start seeing some. Tiger's Hunting I cannot use, so I'll throw that away. Stormswathe, these are all cards I had last game, so I don't think I shuffled the major power deck, so let me do that real quick. You can see, for some reason, I'm really bad at shuffling. I end up, getting a lot of the same cards. Okay, so at least it is somewhat shuffled this time, because I would have just taken Stormswathe again. But this time I've got Pyroclastic Flow, which is great. Spill Bitterness is actually not bad, because I can use that at a range with Volcano. Irresistible Call's fun. It's off element, which is not necessarily bad. And I don't really want to remove Blight, because I want to stop them from getting that level 6 effect soon. So I think I do like Pyroclastic Flow here. It's a great card for Volcano, very thematic. And I'll just forget Rain of Ash from discard, because the other cards are more useful. Okay, I'm going to go from top instead of bottom. Get that extra earth. And I've got 2 card plays. Let's go with 2 more energy. And I can do Fire in the Sky, which is going to save one of these to haunt at least. So I can counterattack and wipe out that lane completely. It's a little bit better. And Pyroclastic Flow might be good as well for cleaning up one of these lands. It'll also add a Blight, which I don't hate, because that's going to get me closer to avoiding the Habsburg escalation. Have the threshold yet? I think I do, actually. No, I'm missing the air. Okay, so I'll have to go back and get that soon, but that's okay. Okay, so that's that. Now I go into the fast phase. So Fire in the Sky. I'm going to put a Strife over here, and I get 2 Fear. Pyroclastic Flow. Don't have the threshold just yet. I can leave C4 alone, that land doesn't matter. So it's really whether I want to use it in C2 or C1. If I use it in C1, it's going to add a Badland, or add a Blight, and I can always use it next turn if I decide to reclaim, so I think I'll leave that alone. I've got an extra range for my mountain, so I have 2 range from it. I'm going to destroy a town and 2 explorers here, which gets me a Fear card. And keeps the level of explorers down a little bit so that they are their loss conditions a bit farther away. Alright, now we go to an event. Not doing interruption this turn. We've got well-prepared explorers for the rest of this turn. Explorers have +1 health. Oh well. I might have to shuffle. I think I just shuffle a lot of the same cards back on top of the deck, so I'm not going to change it around though. So, it is a little annoying, but it is what it is. Beast Prowl. Each beast generates 1 fear if invaders are present, and moves to an adjacent land if not, so that's just 1 fear. And then Coming of Age. On each board, add 1 Dahan to an inland land with Dahan. Inland land. Let's go here. Okay. So that's that. Now we've got the fear cards. Just got 1, Terror level 1 still. Each player adds 1 strife in a different land with at least 2 invaders. Okay. Well, I can stop the blight from coming through. I don't know if I want to. Maybe if I did this a little bit differently. It's too late. I've already seen things. Because I could have had them had 4 blight on the board this turn, but it's too late for that. So do I stop blight? I think I do. I'm putting enough pressure on them that I don't mind them building and adding towns, because I can destroy more things with the eruption and get more fear. So I think it's fine. So let's put that there. Okay. Alright, Ravage in Mountains. This one's empty. This one, they're doing 1 damage. Dahan will fight back and clear that land out for me. Build in Jungles. And then after the build step, we get that mining boom, so they're going to build there. I'm going to do that here. And also upgrade one of those explorers. It's a land where I don't really care if they ravage, so I can let that build up for a couple turns, and then nuke it down later, especially if I get some more Badlands in there, so that'll be fine. And then we explore into mountains with the escalation. We've got salt deposits coming up next. Escalation here is that after advancing the invader cards on each board, explore in 2 lands whose terrains don't match or ravage or build card. So that'll be sands or wetlands. And I think it's max 2 lands per board per explore card, so the Empire Extendant doesn't apply here. So I will probably, let's see, they explore into non-mining lands, so I'll probably put the 2 of them in there. Oh, we explore 2 lands. Yeah, that's right. So I'll make this a mining land. And just throw a guy in the corner. I think that's fine. I'll deal with it later. Okay, so that's the escalation. Now... Okay. Yeah. Now we go to slow powers. I've just got powered by the Furnace of the Earth. I have no energy, so I don't get to buy a power card. But I do have 3 Earth, so I get to add a presence back. Discard cards and go back to growth. And they're gonna Ravage in Jungles. I don't want to reclaim. I think it's better if I can put that off. So let's see if I can. Ravage mining lands. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to gain a card. I don't have a lot of energy. I'm going to have 5 this turn, but I do have Pyroclastic Bombardment, which is expensive. So let's just go for a miner. I got Call the Guard, which is a great card. I can use that up in C1. Call of the Dahan Ways is fun, but I think it's probably a little too slow this game. Carapace Land I'm not going to worry about. So let's go with Call the Guard. Okay. I'm going to unlock top. I think I'm okay just sticking with C7 for now. So yeah, let's go there. Unfortunately, Pyroclastic Flow can't hit C2. Or at least I can't kill the city in C2 yet. It's going to be tricky when that comes up, because that is going to Ravage in 2 turns. I'll worry about it then. It's only 1 blight, so I think I'll be fine. So I'll take 3 of those. No source required, yeah. Okay, so I think that's fine. Let's see, they won't explore into C8 because there's no source as long as I destroy the explorers that are in C7. So I definitely want to do that with the salt deposits coming up. So I'm going to do an explosive eruption, that is sure. So it's just a matter of whether I want to clear out C4 completely or let it ravage. I can probably clear it out, but I do need some energy. If I take from bottom instead of top, I do get 3 card plays, so I could play the 3 cards that I have. I'll have to reclaim next turn, but I don't think that is terrible here. So yeah, I think I am going to do that. So instead of taking from top, I'm going to take from bottom, go for usual bottom strategy, and take these 3 cards. I do have 1 less energy because of this, but I get some back with Exaltation of Molten Stone, so that's okay. I can do a 4-stack Eruption to get a bunch of fear as well. So yeah, I think this will be okay. So yeah, let's go into fast powers. I'm going to use Call the Guard first, so I get the extra range. I'm going to gather 1 Dahan into this land, and then it's defended 1 per Dahan, so defended 3 there. Then I'll use Exaltation of Molten Stone, so I get 3 energy, which is crazy, but true solo Volcano is nice. And then I can completely clear C4, and I guess that's the best use for this. So I'm gonna go for it. So let's do Pyroclastic Bombardment here. It's 1 damage to each town and city, plus 1 extra damage. Plus 1 because of the Badlands. So let's just kill that city. And then I'm going to do a 4-stack Eruption, wiping out these 2 explorers, wiping out everything here, 2 more fear, plus 4 more fear for the level 2 Eruption. So that pushes me into Terra level 2 with 2 fear cards. The board's looking pretty good as well. And I've got a nice pocket created for these salt deposits coming up. So even though there are some cleared lands, I'm not going to actually get a lot of explorers from that. Alright, so let's go into the invader phase. So an event first. We've got stage 2 and 3, so urbanization. In each lane with at least 2 towns, replace half of them with cities. I don't have a land with 2 towns, so that's fine. Stricken invaders do not ravage in lands with strife or disease. And retreat on each board, push 2 Dahan from a land with cities. No Dahan lands with cities. 2 Terra level 2 fear cards. Each player may push up to 3 explorers or towns from an inland land. I'm not going to do that, so that's fine. Actually, I could push them in here just to get a bigger stack They're going to explore there anyway. So having C8 be empty might be better. And that's a better land for Pyroclastic Flow to hit. So yeah, I'll push these two guys in there. Okay, Theological Strife. Each player adds 1 Strife in a land with presence. Doesn't do anything, so that's fine. Ravaging Jungles. This land's defended 3. They're doing 4 damage. So that Han will fight back. Build in mountains. Let's build a town here. Build card slides over. I'm going to have them build in C2. And then upgrade the Explorer in C2. So I think I'll be able to wipe that out okay. In a few turns at least. And then we've got salt deposits. So they are going to explore in non-mining lands. So that's going to be here. Which just got wiped out. We're still exploring with 2. It'll be here. Yeah. And here. And I have a wilds here, so no explore into C4, and no towns or cities adjacent to those 2 lands, so those stay clear. Alright, now I go to slow powers. I just have power by the Furnace of the Earth, so let's get that presence back. I think I'm going to spend some monies on a power card. So let's get a major. No, I can get a major on the reclaim. I think I'll get... No, let's do the major now. Then I can maybe use my minor to threshold it if I need to. Okay, so another major. So got some good ones. So Death Falls open. Well, actually, this one's not great because I can't move my presence off mountains. Death Falls slowly is not a fantastic card. Bargain of Coursing Paths is interesting, especially since I can target it from a range. But I really don't want to stack things up in one land too much against Habsburg. So I think I'll go for Unleash a Torrent of the Self-Sown Essence. Should be easy to threshold. Yeah. That'll be a huge burst of energy, which is great. So yeah, let's gain that. I'm going to forget probably Fire in the Sky, because I think Call the Guard is just better. Okay, and that's it for slow powers. So I'm going to discard cards and go back to growth. So I got a reclaim. I'm going to gain 3 energy for that. Fortunately, it means I'm not going to have a 3-stack in here. A little bit of a mistake. Maybe I should have put off my reclaim another turn, but it is what it is. Let's gain a minor. Might be the only reclaim that I do this game, so I think that's fine. So with minors, I've got Visions of Fiery Doom, Delusion of Danger. I'll probably just... yeah. I mean, Visions of Fiery Doom is just a free to fear and to push, so I guess that's the way to go. Inflame the Fires of Life does add a disease, which is cool against Habsburg. Yeah, let's go for Vision of Fiery Doom. I think it's a little bit better. It is 0 range though, and unfortunately I don't have extra range this turn. So maybe Delusions of Danger is better in this case because I can turn 1 land into a mining land. Yeah, let's go for that. I don't know if I'll use it this turn, but I'm gonna try it. Actually, disorienting landscape is completely off element, but I have a good use case for it this turn, so I think I'll take that. Okay. Alright, I get 2 more energy. And I only have 2 card plays. So, what's happening this turn? They're going to Ravage here, which I'm fine with. I could defend it if I want to. Not super worried about it. Those Dahan will do what they do. If I get a Fear card or an event that defends there, then that's fine, but I'm not going to defend it myself. I think it's better to just kind of let it go. They're going to build after, so maybe it is better to let the Dahan clear that land out completely. Don't know if I can reach it, though. That's the problem. I cannot. So, it'll do what it does. So I might unleash a Torrent of the Self-Sown Essence just to get a burst of energy. Can get 8 energy with that. I think that's probably the way to go. Because then I won't have to worry about energy for a few turns. And this turn is pretty safe. So let's go with that. So I'm going off element here. Not thresholding Unleash a Torrent of the Self-Sown Essence because I don't really need to. I can do that if I ever reclaim it. And let's go with these cards. Okay. So fast powers, I'm not doing a Volcanic Eruption because I've got 2 presents. I'm going to do Disorienting Landscape, 2 range, push this Explorer into this land. So they won't build there. And add a Wilds onto that Coastal Jungle. Then I'm going to Unleash a Torrent of the Self-Sown Essence. I'm going to forget Disorienting Landscape so that I gain 8 energy. Pretty crazy card. You can also forget itself, which I think is cool. So that's that. Then, yeah, that's it. So let's go to an event. If I ever get a pay event, I can pay for it very easily, but I just have not gotten one this whole series. No Bravery without numbers. Invaders do not ravage in lands unless there are more invaders than the current terror level. That's fine. Prey on the Heedless in each land with beasts, 1 damage per beast. And leave the hostile land. In each land, push 1 Dahan per Badlands or Disease to lands without Badlands or Disease. That doesn't apply. Okay. Ravage in mountains, so they will ravage here. That wasn't lucky. Kill 2 of those Dahan. Dahan will fight back, and I could have them kill either the town or the 2 explorers. Town's better. So do that. Okay. They're gonna build in non-mining lands, so that'll be here and here. And the others are empty. As that slides over, they're gonna have their mining boom again, and I think I'll just stack up. Probably in that coastal mountain. I don't know, that's a little sketch. Because that is going to ravage. But I should be able to hit it with a Pyroclastic Flow, maybe Thresholded next turn. Definitely Thresholded next turn, so I can clear that land out, no problem. So yeah, I'm going to do it here. And they're going to build a city and upgrade one of these explorers to a town. Okay, explore into sands. C2 is getting scary. That's a lot of dudes there. let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things. So yeah, they'll have 8 next turn. But I can clean that land up pretty readily. Lots of explorers there. Again, 6 in that land, but that is fine. And then we get the mining tunnels as well. So we'll explore into 2 other lands that are not shown. So right now we've got mining lands and sand. So let's go here and here. Okay, I think I'm all set, so let's go into the next turn. Unfortunately, I didn't get to add a Destroyed Presence back. That's rather unfortunate, but I think getting that burst of 8 energy and getting the wilds here was worth it. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. I think it's okay. So discard that and go back to growth. I could go for just a growth 2 because I have so much energy. Get to that 3rd card play space anyway. Or grow from top. I do need that air, most likely. They're ravaging and mining lands, so I do have a lot of lands that I need to deal with. So the more actions I get, the better. And this one's definitely a problem. Actually, multiple lands are problems. So let's do this. I'm going to go for a growth 2, actually. Both from bottom. Get a 3 stack here. An eruption wouldn't help. I've only got 1 range with Quicken the Earth Struggles, unfortunately. I definitely need Pyroclastic Flow. I can wipe out either of these lands with it. I'm definitely going to threshold it, so that's not a problem. Pyroclastic Bombardment, I'm just a little far away from it. Let's see, I need 2 air. What if I do... I can defend that 10. I need a Sacred Site there, so yeah, I can't do Quicken the Earth Struggles here. Yeah, tricky. I think I want Call the Guard. So that solves one of these lands, it solves this. But this land and whichever of these 2 that I don't solve are still a problem. So maybe it would be better to gain a power card and stick with 3 card plays this turn instead of 4. Or, well, I'd have 3 card plays either way, so I could Quicken the Earth Struggles and then defend C6, so I only have 1 land that'll be a problem. Okay, let's do that. So I'm gonna go with Quicken the Earth Struggles, Call the Guard, Pyroclastic Flow. Alright, and I'll get a decent chunk of fear from this as well. Okay. C2 is scarier because it's got more things in it. So I am going to use Pyroclastic Flow over into C2, thanks to my extra range. So it's going to destroy these two. Will it not do enough damage? Really? Maybe it won't. It's going to do 6 damage there. Yeah, it's not enough. Okay. I have to combo that with Pyroclastic Flow. Well, I'm getting to a Blighted Island this turn anyway, so I think just destroying a big chunk of that land is okay. It'll save me from getting close to their loss condition. I could always potentially deal with it next turn, but it's just a little too far away from the volcano that I've established, which does make it a challenge. Okay, yeah, I'll stick with that land, I think. So let's destroy these 3 towns. That's 3 fear. And a wilds there as well. Quicken the Earth Struggles, I'm going to throw over into C6, so that's defended 10. And Call the Guard, I'm going to pull it on into C5 and defend that 4. And that's it. I'm not doing an eruption yet, so we'll stick with those. Okay, we go to an event. Hey, my first pay-in event. Years of Little Rain. Unfortunately, I'm not doing any slow damage cards, so I'm not going to be able to take advantage of that too much. And I don't have a land with the Han, so it's kind of the worst one for Volcano. But I don't want to spend all that money just to get no benefit, so I'm just going to flip a miner. It lacks water, so I'm going to add Blight to a Sands. I was going to get to a Blighted Island anyway, so that's fine. Promising Farmlands. Immediately on each board, add 1 town and 1 city to an inland land with no towns and cities. Alright, cool. Put those here. Okay. Beast attack. Each beast deals 2 damage. During Ravage in every land, defend 1 per Dahan in the land. Fear, level 2, Terra level 2 Fear card. So each player adds 2 Strife in a single land not matching a Ravage card. So I guess that's going to be here, because I don't have many other cards that match that Ravage card, or that don't. Okay, Salt Deposit. So let's Ravage in mining lands. So Ravage here, they do nothing. Ravage here, it's defended 4, actually 8. So I'll just wipe that out. This one and the other one will both Ravage. But they don't cascade, because we're playing Habsburg Mining Expedition. Instead, we upgrade one of these. And that is dangerous. So I have to do something about it. I can make it a non-mining land. Oof, they're gonna... Yeah, this is not looking great, actually. I might be alright. I might have to reclaim again. I don't really want to. Okay, well, we'll see what happens. That's that. So mining ravages are done. They're gonna build in sands. This one's still defended 10, so they don't do anything there. And then explore into jungles, no longer with the extra explorers, thankfully. Which kind of solves this land to some extent. And they will build, they'll do their mining boom. Let's do that. that's the easiest one to deal with. And then they also explore into 2 lands whose terrains don't match a Ravager build card, which there are not many of. Maybe this one and this one. Okay, that's that. We go to slow powers. So I do get to do Powered by the Furnace of the Earth, so I get to add a presence back. I'm definitely going to gain a card. I think I want a major. So we've got the land Thrash's Imperious Pain. Blazing Renewal is nice. That's really good. I have a plant? I don't, but I should be able to get a miner with a plant. So I think I'm getting Blazing Renewal. Yeah, there's no reason not to. It's the best card here in this situation by far. I'll just forget Unleash Torrent of the Self-Sown Essence from discard. Yep, that'll be great. Still might give up a Ravage here though, which is pretty scary. But it is what it is. We'll see what happens. Okay, so that was that. I don't have 5 fire, so that doesn't apply. No eruption, so I'm done. I'm going to discard cards and go back to growth. I'm going to do a growth 3. Gain a power card. I'm going to gain a miner and hope I get something with plant. I've got one thing with plant, and it's Drift into Slumber, which is great actually, because that's a defend 4 in Sands. So yeah, that's kind of a perfect card here. Don't even have to worry about the others. I got my 2 energy. I get to add a presence. Let's go from top, I think. I've got 4 card plays, so I'm going to get enough fire for this. So yeah, I'll go for a little bit extra energy. Let's go into C3. I'll start getting a stack over there. No, I'm going to go here, because I'll have a different volcano. Yeah, that'll work for me. Then I get 3 energy. I have 4 card plays, so I'm going to go for Blazing Renewal. Drift down into Slumber. Lava Flows. And I think Exaltation. I don't think I need a Pyroclastic Bombardment. So yeah, let's go with Exaltation of Molten Stone. Alright, that should be a solid turn. So let's go into fast powers right away. So first, let's do Blazing Renewal. I'm going to place 2 of my destroyed presence in a single land up to 2 away, which will be C3. I have the threshold on this, so it's going to be 4 damage plus 2 to each town and city. So that will wipe this out. For 5 fear. So 1. And then 2. So that was a pretty good Blazing Renewal. Can start a second volcano. Drift down into Slumber. I'm going to defend 4 into C2. Exaltation of Molten Stone. I have 4 fires, so I'm going to get 4 energy. And then I'm going to do an Explosive Eruption. I'm going to do a 5 stack. So that'll be 5 of these Explorers dying. It'll also be 6 damage here for 3 fear. And then additionally 4 fear for the second level. Puts me 1 fear away from Terra level 3, so hopefully I can get that from an event. So that way I'll have 4 Terra level 3 fear cards, which can be game winning. Unfortunately I just couldn't get 1 more fear. Maybe if I'd played Pyroclastic Bombardment instead of Lava Flows, because I think pushing myself into that extra fear is going to be potentially game winning. So I'm gonna do that because I did have the energy for this. let's go for that Pyroclast Bombardment. I'm going to use that into C4. So it's 1 damage to each town and city. 1 damage plus the Badlands, so that's enough to wipe it out. So that pushes me into Terra level 3. Done with my fast powers, so I can go to an event. Missionaries arrive, so I can pay for this one, which I will. Actually, I won't, because I don't want those cities to do extra damage. Well, I have Blight to give up, so maybe it's okay. No, it's okay, because I add the disease there, so that's good. So yeah, let's do the Curse the Tongues of the Foreigners. I could just forget Call the Guard from discard, just to save the energy, so let's do that. So each spirit adds a disease to a land with cities, 2 fear per player, and then during the next normal ravage, cities do +3 damage. Prey on the Unwary, each beast destroys 1 explorer. Add 1 beast to a board without 1. Okay. 4 Terra level 3 fear cards. Could potentially win the game here, we'll see. In each land with 2 or more explorers, destroy 1 invader per 2 explorers, so it will just be there. Each player removes 1 explorer or town from a land with presence, or 1 city from a land with sacred site, fear of the unseen. Doesn't happen. Dahan attack. Each player chooses a different land with towns and cities. Gather one Dahan into that land, then 2 damage per Dahan there. Okay, 2 damage per Dahan, that's pretty good. Let's see, I guess I'll... Well, it's possible the next one will do something, so I'll get a Dahan in here and do 2 damage to that city. And then Tall Tales of Savagery. Each player removes 2 explorers or 1 town from a land with Dahan, then remove 1 city from a land with at least 2 Dahan. Fortunately, couldn't quite get there. So let's remove this town. That way they don't build a city there. So I couldn't quite do it, but that's alright. So they will... Well, I actually, that Dahan will survive, so I think it's okay. Okay. Yeah, we're good. So let's go into the Ravage. There are no mining lands, so that's not an issue. They're going to Ravage in sands as well. So I'll remove this disease. 1 damage here, which is fine. Build in jungle. And then they also do their mining boom. So let's get another build into C5 and upgrade that explorer into a town. And then we're exploring mountains and wetlands. Alright, so only slow power I have is powered by the Furnace of the Earth, so let's add a presence back. I can just move these presents over here. Gain a power card, may as well. Let's see if it's something that'll end the game without me having to reclaim. Nope, nothing good, so I'm just not going to take one because it doesn't matter. Okay. And that's that. So let's discard cards. And all I have to do is reclaim and play Pyroclastic Flow and destroy the remaining city. So that's what I'm going to do, just to finish this up. So let's reclaim. May as well gain a major, I'll just see what it is. Paralyzing Fright, Transformative Sacrifice is a fun one. Talons of Lightning, Vengeance of the Dead. Nothing that's gonna, like, it doesn't really matter. Transformative Sacrifice I've never actually used, though, so I guess I'll take it. just forget Exaltation of Molten Stone. I get 3 more energy. And I'm going to play Pyroclastic Flow. I think Drift down to Slumber. And I think it's thresholded already, Pyroclastic Flow that is. So I may as well just play Transformative Sacrifice just for fun, and see what I get. And that's that. So this will be the end of the game. So let's go with Pyroclastic Flow. Well, let's do Transformative Sacrifice first. So I'm going to remove 3 presents. I take a Minor Power and play it. So first one, Elemental Boon. I have all the elements. That's fine. Second one is going to be Savage Maw Beasts. I don't have a Sacred Site, so I don't think I can play it. At least I can't target with it. And third one is Twilight Fog Brings Madness, which is slow. So, it was fun to play, but didn't really do anything for me. Then I go with Pyroclastic Flow, which I have thresholded. So I'm going to target C2 again, doing 6 damage, destroying that last city. There are no cities on the board, and I'm in Terra level 3, which means that I win. So yeah, that was not too bad. This was actually seemed like a pretty easy matchup for Volcano. I do like Habsburg Mining Expedition as an adversary. Hopefully I didn't mess anything up. I know I forgot the mining boom that first turn, but I did correct it afterwards, and I think I caught it every other turn from then on. But if I missed it, feel free to call me out in the chat. I definitely appreciate that. Yeah, this was a good one. It seems like it's not a bad matchup for Volcano. The Explore cards definitely worked out in my favor, I think, to some extent with the order that they came out in, but still a pretty strong one. So hopefully you enjoyed this game. I've finished up this Volcano series. I think I'm going to cut this video off now, and I'll come back and just give my final thoughts on Volcano as a spirit, and what I think about them and what I might have gotten wrong or right in my tier list that I made. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see everybody next time.